So we're back to the Stingers franchise, and last episode we went and played another season of the Stingers franchise, and we had a great overall season though. We won the championship once again, and at this point though, I was looking at the ages and stuff, and it seems like some of our stars like Garceau and Cuddy Kerr, not Cuddy Wilkins. Cuddy Wilkins is like 27 years old, but Cuddy Kerr, they're around the age of 35, 36, and they're about 18 years in the league around when Kobe retired, so you never really know, and it seems like they've been counting out on one of their last seasons in their career at this point, so you gotta watch for that though, see what happens at the end of the season though. But one man who played very well last season was our man Garceau. He captured his first MVP of his career, 93 overall shooting guard. This man is amazing, he's lighting up as of lately, so gotta watch out for Garceau's performance in this episode. He plays amazing for us, but right now, the last episode we went and played against Golden State Warriors in the finals, we went against them in the finals, and this year Garceau, Arcadia, and Cuddy Kerr all need to be re-signed by the end of the season, so that pretty much sucks, because we're basically pressed against the cap if we re-sign all these players, and it seems like one of them will have to go if nothing else happens. So right now at this point, 24-1 the season, not too bad, as usual. We're going pretty well, and now 30-2 on the season. We're number one in the Eastern Conference by 11 points, or 11 games, and the Raptors are actually in second though. I'm pretty surprised the Celtics aren't even second or third, but finally the Bulls step up here, second in the East once again, as right now we're 46-4, we're killing at this point though. Hopefully it's staying that single digit kind of loss record as we usually want to be, but right now 53 and I believe 5 or 6 on the season as we head into the All-Star weekend. Check out some of our performances after the first half of the season. Garceau lighting up as usual, maybe could go back to back for MVP like Steph Curry, but right now Cuddy Wilkins 44-10, Garceau 67 points, 14 boards, 8 assists, 1 steal in that game. Like, is that one of our best games points-wise? And it is. He's number one in points in a game with 67 in that one night. Look, 3-pointers, 15 a night, and guess what? That's a record 2 for franchise. So set 2 franchise records in that game. And I was looking at franchise records for the NBA, and look, Bradley Beal Jr. number 1 in points overall in the league. And look, he only has 1 title in his entire career with Brooklyn. You know, it got me thinking a bit though. What if I'm spitballing some trades here with the Nets to try and get the legend Bradley Beal, and we actually do capture Bradley Beal in this trade. So for some reason, they give up their greatest player in NBA history for a first-round pick and a backup point guard who's 32 years old. So we pick him up here now. We pick up the greatest player of all time. Literally, he is the greatest player of all time. Check out his stats, check out his MVPs, check out every single stat about him, and he just spells GOAT. So right now, 3rd and 5th is our DPOI winners right there, and Craig Lawson and Cuddy Kerr. But look at this though, Bradley Beal on the All-Star team along with Garceau and so on. But Garceau, obviously saw him number 1 there in MVP. He's killing it as usual. Hopefully he captures back-to-back MVPs. Frank Perry in the dunk contest, Garceau in the 3-point contest. You're 429 shooting from 3, not too bad there right now. As you look at the stars, there are no stars for our team, and elites though, no elites because we have barely any rookies. But it looks like our man Frank Perry wins the dunk contest. Garceau, no dice on the 3-point contest. Frank Perry leads the All-Star game with 29 points in that one. Garceau 26, and Bradley Beal 4, and Brady had a few points in that one. But look, take a look at the greatest player of all time in the Stingers uniform, Bradley Beal Jr. Drilling that 3 right there from that offensive rebound by Craig Lawson. And look at his form though, that form is clean. Number 17, hopefully will go down as one of the greatest players in NBA history, and I believe he is because he's the GOAT if you look at all of his stats. Number 17 on the Stingers, but look at him though, 8th overall in rotation, only getting like 13 minutes, but the problem is that he's 82 overall. He's kind of going down, 81 overall, not counting that boost, so you gotta put him down at 8th. Right now, Garceau re-sign him to a 3-year deal. Arcadia cannot re-sign him, 26 million, way too much, and Cuddy Kerr wants 10 million for 2 years. And we can't really do that, so we just go knock it down by 2,000. So we re-sign both those guys in Arcadia. Unless something happens, he's going to go at the end of the season and leave at the free agency period. But right now, Garceau in the first game, looks like Bradley Beal in his first game back against his former team. 20 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals against his former team in Brooklyn. We destroyed him by like, I think 70 or 69 points in that game, so you murdered them in that game. And it's safe to say there's a reason why we had to get him off that sinking ship, and it was the Brooklyn Nets. But look, Garceau wins back-to-back MVP, 31.6 points per game, 8.6 rebounds, 6.6 and 6.7 assists, 1.4 steals. This man killing it, back-to-back MVPs. And then we have Bruno Bargaric, I don't know how to say it too well, at 6th man of the year. These all player profiles take forever to load in this all-NBA award winners, but Carlton Jenkins wins DPOI over Craig Lawson. You have Justin Sherman winning Most Improved. Now Sherman capturing Coach of the Year once again, the 76-6. Cincinnati Stingers. So one of the greatest Stingers teams of all time. We had the GOAT, Garcino, and Bradley Beal Jr. Bradley Beal Jr. is the real GOAT. But anyway, move on to the next thing, which is all NBA third team. We have G. McGee Jr. On all defensive first team, we do have Bradley Beal Jr., the Stinger, and Craig Lawson on one team. So finally, we have a great player we actually have two great players on the all defensive first team right there, and so on. But all rookies, we have no rookies on there, so we don't make any rookies right there. But first round matchups against the Miami Heat. The Heat, they're a great overall matchup, I guess, but look at Garcino, 2 MVPs, and we're going to be looking for that championship ring for Bradley Beal to hopefully, if he does retire, end off his career with a ring. So we're just going to take a look at the stats right now for our season. Our season was actually pretty good, though. We went 76-6 on the season, one of the best Stingers teams of all time. I think Bradley Beal Jr., we have Garcino, Kyle Brady, not Tom Brady, Craig Lawson, Cody Kerr. I mean, they're one of the best teams of all time right there, and we led the league in points and third overall in points allowed per game. So we're great defensively and offensively, but our first matchup is against Miami Heat. The Heat, they're a little bit better than last time that we saw them, but still, they're a below average team. We're going to destroy them easily. But Cody Kerr is out for us 4 to 6 weeks with a broken left leg. Game 1, you take that one in the series to go 1-0 here in the quarterfinals. Cody Wilkins, 29 points, 12 rebounds in that one. Brady had a great overall game for us. We take game 1. Game 2, we actually lose game 2 somehow to the Miami Heat as Garcino puts up 37 and 12. Frank Perry 27 and 13, 4 and 2 right there for blocks. Cat Harrington 13 points, and like Bradley only 5 points, 0 for 6 from the from the field. So pretty bad there, I guess. But still, we lost the game, and we just got to be better than that, though. How do we lose to Miami Heat? I have no idea how we lose to 41-41 Miami Heat. We take game 3, though, the 2-1 series lead in this series as Garcino 30 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals. Bradley Beal puts up 21 in 21 minutes. Not too shabby right there. Frank Perry 14 points, 17 boards in that one. Game 4, we take game 4, 3-1 series lead in this series. Terry 29 points, 10 rebounds for them. Garcino 23, 9 and 8 in that one. Frank Perry 20 and 12, and so on. So game 5 of the series, hoping to go and clinch this one and move on to the semis as we do easily 150-102 final. We win by 48 and move on to the semifinals as Wilkins 58 points, 8 rebounds, 13 assists in that one. We absolutely murdered the Miami Heat and just left them embarrassed, I guess. Let's move on to face off against the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors 40 and 34. They have Jorge Barea Jr., they have Buchanan, Chavez, and really they have almost even worse of a team than the Miami Heat do, so it should be easier than last time. We take game 1 in the series, 1-0 here in this series for us. Garcino 33 points in that one, 6 rebounds, 7 assists in that one. Sullivan 20 points and 9 rebounds. Game 2, take that one 2-0 series lead in the semifinals. Garcino 39 points, 10 boards, 4 assists in that one. Just destroyed him in that game. Game 3, take that one 3-0 series lead in this one. Garcino 28 points, Frank Perry 28 and 15, and Bradley Beal at 16 and 20 minutes. So game 4, hoping to go and sweep the Toronto Raptors, move on to the ECF. And we move on to the ECF here as Wilkins 25 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists in that one. Snow at 18 and 12. Frank Perry, great overall game there, another double-double for him on the season. As the Raptors leave, Buchanan 33 points in that one, but just not enough to go and beat the Cincinnati Stingers. Now heading to the ECF, we face off against the Chicago Bulls, who went 1 against the Pelicans. As the Bulls, they're 51 and 31, 86 overall. Farley destroyed us last time. He's 92 overall, so hopefully we get a downgraded, watered-down version of Farley, who's not as good as last time. But Cody Kerr and Danny Kersey both out, so you have 2 injuries or 1 injury per team. But game 1, take that one 1-0 series lead in this game as we win by 1 point, 134 final, as Wilkins 29 points in that one, and so on. Farley 34, 2 and 11, so close to winning, but we just go and take that edge in the end. Game 2, take that one 2-0 series lead for us as Garcino 43 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists in that one. Then Wilkins stood at 22, and Farley had a game high for his Bulls. But game 3, take that one 3-0 series lead for us. Farley 32 in that one, Garcino 33, 9 and 8. Now into game 4, hoping to go and sweep the Bulls, move on to the finals. We do 129-119 finals. We move on to the NBA finals once again. I have no clue how many finals we made in a row, but Frank Perry 21 and 14 in that game. As they did a great overall game, but the Bulls move on to the finals once again. As Swift 23 points in that one, Farley 21, and so on. So Farley, he played well, but his team really didn't. They have a Freddie Westbrook on there too, so I guess Russell Westbrook has another son. I'm not really sure about that one, but heading into the finals though, 2-1 over the Ravens. That one for the Rockets. They win 4-1. We're facing off against the Rockets here in the finals. As the Rockets had not too bad of a series though, as it looks like Frederick Webb for the Ravens is pretty good, but just not good enough to go and beat those Rockets, the second seed Rockets in the West. But even if you take a look at the Rockets though, they have G. McGee Jr., they have Stribling, and basically that's about it. Their team is basically average after that one. Whereas we have Brady, Garcino, Wilkins, Perry, Lawson, all 90s overall lineup, and an 85 overall 6-man. We have the GOAT Bradley Beal Jr. coming off the bench to go provide some scoring. So we should easily take this series if you look at it on paper, but we have 1 injury, they have 0. Game 1, they take on 115-114 final. They win them by 1 point and take game 1. So 1-0 series lead for them. As our team, I don't know how we lost the game, to be honest with you. It's dribbling 32-12 and now on Bailey 24, and so on. Game 2 of the NBA Finals, we're still in Cincinnati though, and we take this one 86 finals. We destroy them by, what is that, almost 65 points? Something like that. I have no idea to do the math right now, but we destroy them offensively and defensively on the glass, as Bailey 21 points in that one to end off the game high for the Rockets. But game 3 of the finals, they win this one 119-110 finals. They take a 2-1 series edge in these finals. So for some reason, we're losing games against teams that are basically subpar compared to our team. Our team is amazing compared to what they have, but G McGee 35 points in that one, 11 boards, 5 assists, and he's not even that good when it comes to overall just awards and stuff too. So it's basically, the sim is not working in our favor right now. The odds are not in our favor right now. Game 4 of the finals, we took to a 136-114 final and tied up at 2 apiece here, as Brady 46 points, his career high 46 actually in that game. So Brady put up a good amount of points there. Garsno played very well and so on, but the Rockets though, they had G McGee Jr. 28 points, 7 boards, 4 assists in that one, all tied up at 2 apiece in the finals. Game 5 of the finals, and they actually go into extra time, and they win this one OT, 135-133 final, a 2-point edge in that one. As Garsno 32-10 in that one, as we cannot go and hold on to that lead in the end. So Jimmy Jr. 27 points in that one. Heading into game 6 of the finals, we could go and lose this one actually if we don't win this game. It's do or die at this point. We absolutely destroy them. The 156-107 finals. Brady 44 points, 2 rebounds, 10 assists in that one. He stepped up big again this time, as Garsno 40, 16, 5, and 4 in that one. Our team just plays very well under tough situations. Our team is a definition of clutch, as heading into game 7 of the NBA Finals, should go and capture a title for Bradley Beal Jr., the GOAT, for to have one more ring on his finger.
Close. So on the floor for Houston, they've got Elliott, and it's Bailey in at the 3 slot. Here's Elliott. And they've done it, the new NBA champions.
Well, they did it. And as they celebrate, you can just see the relief, the exhilaration that comes from winning it all.
You have to hand it to the entire organization. They work together to get right here.
And guys, what a reward for the fan base. I mean, I know one thing. They're going to enjoy this memory for a long, long time.
And we have enjoyed our time with you folks all season long. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long. Have a wonderful summer.
We actually get Bradley Beal Jr. title in this game once again, as we move on to win the title once again. So Garsno, finals MVP now, 30 points per game. He killed it for us in the finals and in the playoffs in general. As he go and win game 7 here, I don't know how they took us to 7 games. It's pretty miraculous on that one, but just not enough to go and beat the greatest team of all time, the Cincinnati Stingers. The Stingers, we played very well in game 7. We're clutch enough to go and win that one. Just take a look at playoff stats though. Playoff stats, they see in this show that almost everyone contributed though. Like, not one single person just absolutely destroyed the team. We had Wilkins, we had Snow, we had Brady stepping up big at some times. We had Bradley Beal coming off the bench playing a pretty good role for us in the playoffs. And we'll go ahead and play retirement. We have a whole bunch of retirements here. We have Craig Lawson, Cuddy Kerr, and Bradley Beal Jr., the GOAT, and he finishes off his career with a ring. Even all 3 Stingers finish off their career with a ring, with Lawson, Kerr, and Beal. So it's great to see all those retirements here. We get all those players off the cap, but Andrew Wiggins Jr., he retires too from the Knights. So a whole bunch of retirements, the biggest retirement class I've ever seen in this game mode so far. But just take a look at all the stats so far for these players. Craig Lawson, huge career there, 10-time All-Star, 11-time champ, 2-time All-NBA first team, 7-time DPOI winner, 13-time first team All-Defense, and 2-time second team All-Defense. So great career out of Craig Lawson. Cuddy Kerr though, 11-time champ, 3-time All-Star, 1-time DPOI winner in 2043, and 9-time first team All-Defense. As Bradley Beal Jr., the GOAT, 7-time MVP, 2-time champ after the ring this year, 12-time All-Star, 11-time first team All-NBA, 4-time DPOI winner as a shooting guard here, as he finishes off his career with a ring. As Andrew Wiggins Jr., 9-time All-Star, And Sean Bryan had a decent overall career right there too. So taking a look at overall careers though, just seeing who basically what happened on each team for these players, as there's Sean Bryan's career right there. We have Simon Theus though. Theus, he played a whole bunch of years there on the Lakers royalty at this point. Over 23,000 points scorer for them. You have Chris Isley though. Isley, not the greatest career I guess, 9.4 points per game. You have Craig Lawson, 18 years with the Stingers. You draft them first overall there in the 2034 draft. Just amazing overall pick for us, providing 19,000 points and over, I believe, 44,000 minutes in the NBA. So got a lot of use out of Craig Lawson. Cuddy Kerr though, drafted 9th overall in that very same draft with Craig Lawson, and a great overall career though. Obviously he had 18,000 points, or 18,000 points in that one, or 10,000 rebounds in his career, and 1 DPOY title to his name. So Cuddy Kerr, him and Craig Lawson both Stingers royalty, as Bradley Beal Jr. All of his years spent with the Nets, except the last half of the year we got him a ring here in Cincinnati. But 32 points per game he averaged over his career. Finishes off his career #1 all-time in points. I don't know what overall time in rebounds. He's got to be up there though. And I believe he's like 2nd or 3rd overall in field goals made per game, or made overall in his career. So great overall career by Bradley Beal Jr. I believe he leaves with 7 MVPs to his name. So I mean that's probably be almost tied with, I believe that's tied with another player. But at this point though, Bradley Beal Jr. he left as one of the greatest players of all time, probably the best player of all time. When it comes to staff retirements, Russell Westbrook Jr. retires, 25 years in the league, and he's actually looking pretty good for a grandpa though. Russell Westbrook the 2nd, or should be the 3rd, is in the NBA, and Russell Westbrook Jr. actually retired a few years back, so he's looking great as a grandpa. But your Hall of Fame inductees, you have Bradley Beal Jr., Leslie Norman, Greg Lawson, Cuddy Kerr, and Andrew Wiggins in that retirement class. So great overall retirement class, huge amount of jersey retirements. So we have Bradley Beal Jr., Simon Theus, Craig Lawson, Jackson Bowman, Cuddy Kerr, Leslie Norman, and Andrew Wiggins right there, juniors. So a whole bunch of jersey retirements there for the NBA. All of them almost playing over 18 years in the NBA. So this great overall careers by everybody else in this overall number of retirements. But here in Cincinnati, we add 2 more numbers to the rafters here and make it a grand total of 7 numbers here retired in Cincinnati. So now 2 new rules approved there in the Rising Stars contest and the draft lottery right there. Now into the draft lottery though, #1 overall odds is the Nets. I'm glad to go and save Bradley from that sinking pool that is known as Brooklyn. But that Magic within the first overall pick here. Right now, we're heading to the 2052 NBA Draft.
With the first pick in the NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Norm Gregory, Boston College. With the second pick in the NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Jimmy Wagner from Pacific University. With the third pick in the NBA Draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select the 19-year-old power forward from Germany. We have a trade to announce. With the fourth pick in the NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select Casey Ewing from the University of North Carolina. With the fifth pick in the NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Jeff Wesley from UCLA. We have a trade to announce. With the sixth pick in the NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Dick Doyle from the University of California. the 7th pick in the NBA draft, the Orlando Magic select Dion Hobbs. With the 8th pick in the NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select the 20-year-old shooting guard from UCLA. With the 9th pick in the NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select Edwin Cobb from LaSalle University. We have a trade to announce. With the 10th pick in the NBA draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Rex Winston from the University of Minnesota. The 33rd pick in the NBA draft, Marty Cage from the University of North Carolina.
This draft wasn't the greatest to guess. 81 overall, Gregory goes first overall, but the rest of like low 70s to high 60s isn't that good though. This draft class is terrible looking as Marty Cage goes to, I believe, last overall in the first round. As Marty Cage, 6'6" overall, great 3-point shot on him to go and start off his career here in Cincinnati. But the rest though, like Gregory, he's got great overall starting stats. The rest of the overall draft class is not good whatsoever. But heading to our options though, we go and improve Frank Perry's team option right there. As the rest of the NBA though, tons go and accept theirs, which is usual for this franchise mode. But when it comes to qualifying, we go and qualify Acadia Plus. We're trying to go and send him a contract offer now that Craig Lawson, Cuddy Kerr, and Bradley Beal's contracts are off the salaries. So we can go sign a whole bunch of players this season here. His Cousins, Thompson Jr., Acadia, all in the free agency right now. You have Westfall, Peacock, Gaines, Wingate, Brogdon, and a whole bunch of other great NBA, bench players we can go and sign. So you sign a whole bunch, submit a whole bunch of contract offers to some players. We signed 3 right there. At this point, we just signed a whole bunch just to go and basically whittle them out during the camps. But Acadia, we go and re-sign him just based on the fact we'd actually go and sign him with the money we have. So we re-sign Acadia, gonna be great next year as our looks like a progression though. 86 overall Acadia, 97 overall Frank Perry. Our team grew very well after winning that championship last year, but one man named Chip Mayo going, I believe, first overall next year in the draft. 80 overall, 20 years old, 6'9". He's looking pretty good. Hopefully, it might actually be Chris Mayo's son as we go and trade a whole bunch of players there for picks because we don't have enough overall roster spots. We should Chavez here for 2 picks right there, and we go and trade one last player for some picks right there. So this is our team after that offseason right there. It looks a little bit different though without Craig Lawson and Cuddy Kerr, but that's what it is after his retirements. But I guess let's just put off here. Make sure to subscribe for more Stingers Retros. Next watch, I'll see you in the next one.